Skibbity ba, doobity doo, doo doo doo, ba-doo, ba-doo, ba-doo.
Was that supposed to be Boys to Men?
Yeah, man. He said Badu, Erica Badu. See?
Really?
It's mythical, mystical,
Ooh.
magical, radical.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, MC.
I'm just saying.
MC?
Oh, we ain't got to share the show or nothing, huh?
None
We
of
just
that
go ahead and
bullshit.
start,
Nope,
okay?
nope.
Well,
right
let's-
into it.
yeah, let's figure this shit out. Kick back, guys. JB, what's the name of the podcast?
Nigga, it's a pod named Kickback. A pod named Kickback. It's like a Tribe Called Quest.
You say the whole thing. You know, people be saying that shit to me now.
I know.
You say the whole thing. I'm like, okay, I got it. Welcome to a pod named Kickback, also known as the Black CNN, and a revolution will be televised. I'm no breaks, no, the righteous ratchet. If you throw it, I'll catch it. If you got it, I'll match it. Every Monday, we right back at it. I am the Black Savage.
What up, y'all? What's up? It's JB Frank. I'm that gangster geek. Y'all know me. Coming at you every goddamn Monday. Representing the NWA, Nerds with Attitude. Happy Shmonday. Welcome to the show. Welcome back to the Kickback, y'all.
Welcome back to the Kickback.
No
Oh, they
doubt.
was showing off on the internet this week, JB. They was posting the podcast,
No
posting
doubt,
the links,
no doubt.
posting the merch. Man, shout out to the Kickbackers. Love you here.
Yeah, appreciate that. And also appreciate our Patreon viewers, our Patreon subscribers, our Patreon listeners. We appreciate your patronage. Y'all help keep the lights on. Literally, keep the lights on.
Literally.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do my Joe Budden impersonation. I want to shout out to our YouTube viewership, our Spotify and Apple listenership. All of our people had to have us on the charts in the United States. We were on the charts. We're still on the charts in Mexico for entertainment news. So thank you to everybody in Mexico that's listening. Arriba.
Muchas gracias.
And to all the ladies over there, to Ghetto Gourmet. Not all of you, but just some of you. The really, really pretty. Never mind. Anyway, so moving on. Let's see. Our kickback fact of the week.
Let's get into it, New.
All right. I like this one, JB, because I'm anemic, and it just was.
This was a good fact. This was a good one.
So, guys, our kickback fact of the week: you have a nail in your body, or at least the components of one. Iron is an important nutrient that the human body needs. It helps your red blood cells carry oxygen, which is necessary for producing energy throughout the day. That's why an iron deficiency can present itself with feelings of exhaustion. Amazingly, a healthy adult has about 3 grams of iron, enough that if it were pulled out and melted down, it could form a nail up to 3 inches long.
Yeah, so I don't know if y'all remember that shot in the original X-Men movie when Magneto pulled all of the metal out of the dude's body. Yeah. So this whole fact kind of brought that to mind. And based on that bullshit I saw in that movie, I actually thought that there was actually more iron in the body than just 3 grams because, that nigga made 3 little spheres like that big. But anyway, that's a really interesting fact.
He was drugged up. He was shot up with
she added extra iron to that nigga. Okay, that makes sense. And
I've been adding extra iron to myself.
Yeah.
Segue.
There you go.
This is not an ad, but this is a company that I'm fucking with that I've been using, and it's Pharmacy for Life.
Mm-hmm.
Pharmacy spelled with the F. And this is Styles P from The Locks, formerly Bad Boy and Rough Riders, all that good stuff.
Right.
This is his, what do you call it? Health, vitamin mineral store, supplement.
His supplement store,
Okay. And it's online, and they have sea moss with bladder wrack,
Right.
sour sop leaf.
Mm-hmm.
I just recently started getting their iron supplements because I am anemic, so I wouldn't have probably enough for a nail in my body, probably half a nail or something. But now that I'm taking these iron supplements, I might. Like I'm telling you, the sea moss with black seed oil, it's an expectorant, so it'll make you cough up phlegm and get all that mucus out your body. So if you are prone to COVID or going through COVID, it will be helpful to get it out, the mucus. I'm not a doctor, but that's what it does. That's the effects that I felt.
Well, specifically speaking, New, iron is a very important mineral to the body because it helps oxygenate the blood. Iron is what turns the blood red in the body. It's that that reaction that between iron and oxygen that creates rust on metal, those types of things. But that's actually literally what happens in the body.
I got a question for you, Gangsta Geek.
Uh-huh.
And I might be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Blood in the body is blue, right?
And
it's red when oxygen hits it.
And see, a lot of people say that, but if you look at the way veins and arteries work, it's kind of both, because the veins.
So it's green.
Well, I wouldn't. You being an ass.
I just say he said it's both.
You being an ass. and I almost fell. I almost fell for that shit. I was like, no.
Oh shit, I'm wrong anyway, because it's yellow and blue makes green.
Yeah.
Red and blue makes purple.
Yes, it does.
Purple rain.
At any rate.
Purple veins. Purple veins.
This
I'm on
guy,
the road, JB.
This guy.
Somebody stop me.
Anyway, so your veins carry the unoxygenated blood to your lungs, and then your lungs take in the oxygen from the air. The iron in your blood binds with the oxygen, and that's what turns the blood red. And then your arteries then pass that oxygenated blood through the rest of your body and feed your body with the oxygen that it needs. Again, very important element to the body. Very important.
Hell yeah. As somebody who's anemic, I'm tired sometimes, and I'm newly anemic. I found out last year, so I'm like, why am I so tired? And I'm lazy. I need to do something. I'm so lazy. Oh my God, I'm getting lazy. I'm like, wait a minute. And when I started taking the iron supplements, and I had this booster energy, and sometimes you don't even know you don't have energy.
Right.
You're like, I feel okay, I'm good. What's up with you? And then you take the iron supplement, you're like, hey, how you doing? What's going on? I don't know why I have so much energy today.
Right.
And it's like glasses. Like when you can see a little bit,
yeah,
and then you put your glasses on and you see everything.
Nigga,
that's
what
iron. Right.
Nigga, you know I know about that.
That's what iron does for somebody that's anemic.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to make sure we give Pharmacy for Life a proper shout out.
Right.
JB, you distract them while I run and go do something.
All right. Yo, so here's the thing about anemia. As Nu said, a lot of people don't realize that they are anemic. They just find themselves sleepy or tired, or, they lose energy near the end of the day when they shouldn't. And so, one of the things that they actually recommend that you do is they recommend that you keep your B12 supplements up and your iron supplements up, because those are the two minerals that will directly affect your energy output for the day. Very, very important to remember.
Absolutely. Great job, JB.
Thank you.
And the company we go through.
I'm a professional,
Yeah, you are. We've only done this show 8 years.
Yeah, I do this for a living,
Facts. We get paid to do it. So this is the Iron It Out supplement from Pharmacy for Life. Shout out to them. This is the black seed oil, which I always say tastes like pencil savings.
It does, man. It does.
This is sour sop leaf. And we getting JB on this starting today.
Yeah, man.
And this is Iris sea moss with bladderwrack. They also have a vitamin B12, C, and D, which can be considered a daily vitamin. When I'm going to cop. And they just released elderberry with zinc, which studies have shown helps you battle back from COVID.
Yeah. Elderberry with zinc is supposed to boost your immune system. And this is one of the things, shout out to you, because you've been saying this since COVID started. But shout out to Bill Maher also, because Bill Maher has been saying this ever since he started Real Time with Bill Maher. He's been saying that Americans need to work on building our own internal health, boosting our own immune systems. That way you can natively fight shit like COVID without pharmaceutical assistance. You know what I'm saying? If your body is healthier, then you're less at risk for catching COVID. Even if you're a diabetic like me, even if you have high blood pressure like Nu, if you take care of your body and you put good things into your body, good food, vitamins, minerals, you get good exercise, you keep yourself thin, you keep your circulation up, you keep your blood oxygenated, you keep your heart rate down, those things will help you fight COVID. And what we mean by fighting COVID is COVID won't have a shot at getting into your body, because your immune system is going to fight it off anytime there's any kind of exposure. Nu, I know one of those supplements you talked about is actually an expectorant, which helps you remove mucus as well.
Sea moss and the black seed oil help with that.
Yeah.
They call those two combined the smoker's pack, because if you smoke like we smoke, you're going to, generate mucus in the body. These two, the Iron It Out, along with the sea moss, give you 102 of the 102 minerals your body needs, vitamins and minerals. So you get all of that literally by taking these capsules. They have vegetative capsules, so you don't have to, I guess normally they would be, I don't know what they're made of, but they have vegetable capsules now. So they were made from meat before, I guess?
No. I mean, they were basically synthesized products. So who the fuck knows what they were made of? But by using what they call vaginated capsules, is basically they're grinding down and processing raw vegetables in order to produce the minerals. Because a lot of those minerals, the way motherfuckers used to do this back in the day is they used to just eat a shitload of vegetables and fruits and grains and shit that gave you all of those natural vitamins and minerals. All of our food is processed now. So a lot of those natural vitamins, minerals, fibers, all of those things that the body needs are actually removed from a lot of the food that we eat in the processing process. You know what I'm saying, dude?
Yeah. I can tell, like, a lot of the women that I used to eat didn't have, like, vegetables, like a lot of minerals, but some of them did. What? What you say? Okay. Y'all didn't know y'all was going to get a science lesson today, goddammit. But yeah, shout out to Pharmacy for Life.
I gave that look like, nigga, come on, man. Come on. Here we go again.
Yeah, right. All right, well, let's switch gears then. Shout
No
out to
doubt.
Pharmacy for Life. Shout out
No
Styles
doubt.
P. And shout out to all the sisters out there making their own CMOS. I see y'all. I love what y'all doing. And my left stroke just went viral. Our viral stories of the week. First, we got to start with the trap that almost didn't happen. The battle, the versus battle that we all talked about, that we all knew would never fucking happen. It is happening.
Yep.
This Thursday.
Yep.
Young Jeezy, or Jeezy, versus Gucci Mane. The Snowman versus Goo-Wop. He calls himself the Trap God. The Trap God versus the Snowman. They was clowning each other today. Jeezy called, when Gucci got out of jail, and he was in shape, he was fit, he was taking his CMOS, and he was all cut up.
Yeah.
And he was like, that nigga a clone. That ain't the same Jeezy, that's a clone. Gucci called Jeezy instead of the Snowman, called him the Snow Cone. So the battle was the clone versus the Snow Cone. And I'm happy that they're laughing and joking.
Yeah,
we
that's
know
an
the
awesome
past.
thing. Yeah, there was a lot of drama in their
I don't even want to relive it.
Absolutely not.
I'm just glad
Absolutely
that
not.
two
Fuck
black
that
men,
shit is
JB,
squashed. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Come together, squash it, and doing it for the culture.
Yeah, it's big, and it shows me that we as a people can think like executives. You know what I'm saying? Like they finally got this shit together and was like, you know what? Like fuck the bullshit. Like let's get this money. Let's squash this bullshit and let's get together and get this money. And you gotta love when our brothers come together and are able to make those kind of strategic decisions. You know what I'm saying, dude?
I love it, man. I'll be tuned in. It's a motherfucking trap holiday. We here in Atlanta. We in the A. Peace up, A-Town down. Jeezy, of course, is from Macon, but, reps the A to the death. Gucci, born in Birmingham, but reps the A to the death. And shout out to my family in Macon, you know what I'm saying? Part of my family. My father's side of the family from Macon, my mother's side of the family from D.C. So I got to go with Jeezy, you know what I'm saying? I got to go with the family, you know what I'm saying? Jeezy from Mactown. I have my family from there. But it should be a great battle, a celebration, whatever you want to call it. I'm partial to Jeezy, but I've been inspired by Gucci. The fact the way he got in shape, learned to control his temper. I watched the interview. I think we talked about him and See the God. And they talked about how he learned to control his temper. So I'm still working on. But Gucci is definitely an influence on me as far as him changing his life around. And Jeezy just motivated me to be the best I could be from day one. Thug motivation.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Shout out to our leaders, our kings out there living a life that can be modeled after, becoming role models for other people, inspiring other people. That is what we need to do. That is what we're supposed to do, people. So let's take this as an example. Let's cut the bullshit and keep it moving. Because if they can do it behind the bullshit that they were dealing with, anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. Anybody can squash that shit. You know what I'm saying, y'all? Let's cut that Bama shit out. For real, for real.
Y'all see what's going on in D.C., so we need each other.
No
and
doubt.
Before we switch gears, I want to say they're already making a difference because the Game's manager went on the internet today and said, let's do the next versus the Game versus 50 Cent.
Oh, shit.
Let's squash this
shit.
bullshit. He said,
There
I
you
got
go.
them two niggas together in a club one time, well, twice. No incident, no violence, no nothing. They talked. If we can get them to do that twice in a club, we can get them to do a versus. And he said, I'm going to need Uncle Murder. Uncle Murder signed a G unit.
Mm-hmm.
Uncle Murder, I need you to talk to Fifth.
Right.
I got the Game.
Right.
He'll do it. Now, nigga, the Game versus 50 Cent. We
That's a
talked
big
about
one.
doing that when we were doing our verses.
Mm-hmm.
That's huge too, because it was it was some bloodshed and all of this shit.
I mean, yeah, and you talking about brothers who had real serious beef. This wasn't just niggas dissing each other on tracks and that kind of bullshit. This was like street beef. Like for real. So squashing that shit and moving forward is something that we all need to look at as a signal, a sign, a mantra that we need to have, not only considering like hip hop beef, whatever, personal beef, but also political beef. Democrats can't be infighting right now. We got to get out there and get this power the same way Jeezy and Gucci are getting that money. You know what I'm saying? We need to be moving in the right direction the same way they are.
Absolutely. Segue.
You like that, huh?
Yeah, I like that. So another one of our viral stories is what's been going on in D.C., the quote-unquote Million MAGA March. I've watched videos where, I don't want to call them the MAGAs, but the Trump supporters, the MAGAs, were being threatening and hostile. I've seen videos of black people standing up to them and being threatening and hostile as well. I've seen some MAGAs get knocked the fuck out after he put his hands on a black woman. I also saw a black woman laying unconscious in the street bleeding, and I don't know who did it to her, but nobody obviously protected her. And we've been screaming, protect black women.
No bueno.
And I'm not gonna come down on y'all because I know it's a lot of going on, but I was very disappointed in that. And I just want to remind you, kings, protect our queens. Yeah. I don't ever want to see a fucking video of a black woman knocked out on the ground and they say some MAGA supporter knocked her out and he not dead.
That's just what it is.
I don't want to
That's just
what
the fuck it is.
Come on, man.
Let's keep it a buck with our kickbackers right now. Given what's going on in our country right now, we're not going to sit here and say that there's not going to be blood in the streets, because there already is. There has been for months, years now, while Trump has been in the office. This is just what the fuck it is. There will be blood in the street. There will be protesting on both sides because both people feel that strongly about what's going on. It just is what it is. And in saying that, that means that we need to be ready for that, and we need to be ready to defend ourselves. You can't expect to be protesting out in the streets right now without expecting to potentially have to defend yourself. The time of, quote, peaceful protest, unquote, is over, like, period.
It's over when that motherfucker drove a truck into a crowd of people.
Yeah. It is what it is, new. And it's going to get worse. I'm just gonna say that right now. And the reason why I'm saying that is because after these events, you're gonna see all kinds of pundits and all kinds of leaders and everybody say, "Oh my God, stop the violence!" And look, can't we all just get along? And no, we can't all get along, because if we could all get along, then we would have been getting along. If we could all get along, they wouldn't be fucking murdering our black men and have it just be a part of the law enforcement process the way it is now. There's already blood in the streets. So you have to make sure that if there's going to be blood in the streets, there's more of their blood in the street than there is yours. That's just what it is. I'm not inciting violence. I'm not saying that we need to be going around murdering people, just willy-nilly.
Protect
I'm saying
yourselves.
Thank you.
Protect yourselves,
Thank you.
your friends,
Thank
your family,
you.
your fellow man.
Thank
what
you.
I've been saying I made a Facebook post today, like, there's some crazy shit going on in D.C. I love y'all. Protect yourselves. Protect each other. fight for each other.
Exactly.
And that's where I'm at with it. And like, there will be blood. We've seen it. And don't come screaming nonviolence to me after you've been killing our innocent brothers and sisters for fucking centuries. We don't say days, weeks, since Trump been in office, the last decade, since the 80s. No, centuries.
Yep.
Since we were brought, some of us were here before, but since we were born here in slavery, and I'll get into the fact that some of us were here before slavery, another show. But since we were born here in bondage, and we weren't slaves, we were kings and queens in bondage. A little slight difference. What I do want to say, add to that is get in shape.
Yeah.
We talked about the vitamins and minerals, right? Now it's time to get in shape, because you might have to fight. You might have to defend the queen. You might have to defend the prince. You might have to help out another king. Get in shape. Get your hands together.
Yeah, yeah.
Every black person within the sound of my voice, get registered. Get a gun license. Get a gun license and a permit to carry if your state allows it. As soon as humanly possible.
Absolutely true.
As soon as humanly possible.
Absolutely true.
And this isn't, we're not like, go kill everybody. No, nigga.
Thank you for saying
We're
that.
going to move on. We're
Absolutely
going
not.
to talk about learn to grow a vegetable. I want everybody under the sound of my voice to learn to grow one vegetable, a potato, I don't know what else. Learn to grow a vegetable.
Well, tomatoes, spinach, and greens are actually really, really easy vegetables to grow. They are rich in nutrients. They taste delicious, and you can grow them. You can grow them on your back deck. In your apartment. You can grow them, outside in your little area, where you got the bushes and shit out front of your house or whatever. It doesn't take a whole lot of space. It doesn't take a whole lot of energy. It's like keeping a house plant. You know what I'm saying? Just do that and learn how to be able to feed yourself, right? Especially those critical items that you need, like vegetables. If you can grow your own vegetables, it just puts you so far ahead of the game in terms of surviving this epidemic, this crisis, because we're going to run into shortages again at the grocery store. It's already happening right now, so we need to be ready for that.
Amidst all the spikes across the country, for some reason Georgia isn't spiking as high, but we know the country's numbers are up. I think we're now at 7 of the last 9 days have been the highest days of test results of where people have been positive for COVID since this whole thing started.
It's like the trifecta. It's infection cases, it's deaths, and then it's and what's the other one? Hospitalization.
Yeah.
All three of those are at all-time highs for COVID right now over the last 7 days.
Remember the whole thing? We were like, all the hospital beds are full, and people can't even get into the hospital because there's no room, there's no ventilators, all that shit. We're back there.
Okay.
We're back there now.
Let me geek out on y'all for a second in terms of COVID now that we've gone here, So at this point, about 249,000 people have died in the United States alone because of COVID. 249,000 people. COVID started when,
January, late January.
Late January.
When we first noticed it in the country, and then it became is this gonna be a problem? In February, and in March we shut down.
Yeah, so you're talking about somewhere in the neighborhood of about 10 months that COVID has been around and has been killing people in the United States. We've lost 249,000 lives. In all of World War II, the entire World War II, the United States lost a total of 235,000 soldiers on the field of battle, which means that we have already exceeded the battlefield death total of World War II. Now, World War II was a 4-year war. We're less than a year into COVID.
Yeah.
And and more people have died from COVID than died on the battlefield in World War II.
But people gonna say, but more people die from the regular flu and heart disease anyway. So why y'all not worried about that? And people die from AIDS, and I want all y'all to shut the fuck up. We're dealing with COVID right now.
Not even close. And COVID is one of those things that happened to us that we could have avoided. It's an event. Like, don't treat it like the natural course of affairs, natural death, rates due to natural causes or any of that bullshit. This is something that our president did to us. Well, more importantly, he didn't protect us from. More importantly, and that's why we're here.
He dropped the ball. That's why he lost the election. I do want to add to this because I don't want to be Debbie Downers. We're trying to prepare you guys. We got cops, COVID, Karen, and crackers killing us. There's a lot going on. That might be the name of this episode.
I like that alliteration.
That might be the name of the episode.
Cops, COVID, Karen,
and crackers.
Yeah,
because it's not all white people. It's just the crackers.
Yeah. Thank you for making that distinction. Because a lot when you say a lot of this shit, a lot of those Republicans want to jump all up in our face and say, "Oh my God, you must hate white people and this, that, and the third and blah blah blah." No, I don't hate white people. I hate crackers. I hate racist.
Some of my best
people.
friends are white. Okay, that's a lie. But that's what they always say. But how about this? Some of my family is white.
There it is.
My blood relatives. What you know about it?
There it is. So this isn't a black-white thing. This has become a black-white thing
good,
because
bad,
of the racist.
Righteous, evil.
Exactly right.
That's
exactly
what we
right.
That's
and there are no gray areas when you're talking about good versus evil.
Exactly. Y'all see what Trump is allowing to happen in his last few days. He's not speaking out against this. He's going along with it. He's driving next to him, waving, and all of his supporters are attacking black people in the name of Trump. And we're going to fuck y'all up. Keep playing. That's really, you see what's happening in D.C. We're going to fuck y'all up. Keep fucking playing. Anyway, moving on, supplies for COVID. Let's get back to that. You got to get your tissue, you got to get your canned goods, you got to get your hand sanitizer, you got to get your Lysol, you got to get your disinfectant wipes. And of course your minerals, your elderberry with zinc, your sea moss, your black seed oil, whatever medications or natural herbs and supplements you already know about or are taking, your teas. You want to drink warm liquids. You want to have your Gatorades available. Gatorade has what's the thing? Gatorade? Electrolytes.
Electrolytes, yeah.
You need that. That's a combatant of COVID as well. And we're not doctors. We're just telling you what we've been told by people we trust.
Well, and let's be clear. We don't need to be doctors to understand what is good for you and what is not good for you.
Yep.
And the things that we are talking about that are good for you right now have always been good for you, whether COVID was here or not. So real talk, you should have been doing this shit from break. COVID or not, you just need to be doing this shit. Right? Now that COVID is here, you need to be mindful of this shit and you need to take extra special care in making sure that these supplies are available to you. Because in a crisis, the distinction between the survivors and the non-survivors are those who are prepared and those who are not prepared. So ask yourself, are you going to be prepared? Because the crisis is already here. So prepare yourself for it. I'm not saying go out there and go crazy and
buy all the toilet tissue.
Yeah,
You're not saying that.
Don't go ape shit in the store. Like, don't spend all of your rent money on toilet paper because you're scared that the zombie apocalypse is coming. Like, the zombie apocalypse is already here. You just need to make sure that you regulate your own personal supply chain in terms of the things that you need. Non-perishable food items, non-perishable grain food items is another important item to make sure that you stock well. Because in the event that you are locked down, like really, really locked down, like you got a quarantine, guess what? You can boil up a bowl of rice and eat for the day in the time of an emergency.
Rice became my best friend during this quarantine. Rice became my best friend. And here's some good news. You don't have to prepare for the apocalypse. You're in the apocalypse.
There it is.
Said. But here's the kicker. You're surviving the apocalypse. How about that?
There it is.
So don't be scared. We're going to be strong. We're going to be brave. We're going to do what the fuck we got to do. You're surviving the apocalypse. You're in it. You're surviving. Let's keep it moving, man.
Yeah.
And prayers up and positive energy to everybody that was lost during this process.
Absolutely.
To 250,000 lives from COVID, the hundreds of lives from murderous police and, natural causes and other health issues. Everybody that we've lost in 2020,
prayers up. Absolutely.
From Kobe to what's my guy from Jeopardy?
Oh, Alex Trebek. Alex Trebek.
And everybody in between.
Mm-hmm. I want to also, last thing, new, real quick, I want to send a shout out to all of the medical personnel out there who are saving lives, who are putting themselves in harm's way to save lives on a daily basis. Like, these people have to risk their lives to go to work, and their job is to save lives, and we have to venerate them. We have to immortalize them as American heroes.
We won't be venerating people like that.
This guy.
The hell, the gangster geek word of the week, venerate. What the hell does venerate mean, JB?
Venerate means that you acknowledge somebody's excellence and you put them basically on a pedestal of honor, right? So when you venerate somebody, you immortalize their achievements by talking about what they did, but also acknowledging their greatness because of their actions. That's what
I should be venerated by vaginas. There should be a lot of vaginas venerating me. Ladies, you can leave a comment. Venerate me, ladies.
The pimp of the year.
One pimp of the year 4 times in a row.
Pop quiz. What movie is that from? Pop quiz.
I'm gonna get no. It
yeah,
was?
Yeah.
Oh. I'm gonna get you, sucker. I was about to switch my answer to Hollywood Shuffle. I'm gonna get you, sucker.
No. You're right. It was Hollywood Shuffle. You're right. It was.
Oh.
It was. No, I'm wrong. It was I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker, because he was
Fly Guy. Player's ball.
Yeah,
Fly guy.
It was I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker.
Yeah,
He's
I was
fly
right.
guy.
Yeah, I know JB can sing.
Yeah, I've been cut down on smoking, so my singing voice is coming back.
What the fuck story of the week was about Trump and this bullshit he's pulling, but we kind of addressed it. Fuck Trump, get the fuck out. We moving on.
No doubt.
We're not giving your punk ass no more time. No more time. But we do have to deal with some of these Republicans, because our Don't Be Dumb award goes to the governor of Florida. What's this fucker name? Let me see what his name is. I don't even know what his name is. Damn, I can't think of his name. You know who you are, bitch. The governor of Florida has made it is trying to make it legal. Well, I guess he has made it legal.
He has made it
where
legal.
You can shoot looters. People you think they may be looting.
Well, and to be clear, and first of all, it's a horrible distinction to say that somebody can, quote, shoot looters, unquote, because believe it or not, there are already laws on the books that exist that allow you to shoot looters, because a looter legally is a trespasser and a thief, right? So if somebody enters my business, somebody enters my home, and they enter forcefully with the intention of stealing, then I have a legal right to shoot them. It doesn't require an extra special law for that to happen. That's a part of the Second Amendment, right? That law already exists federally. By enacting this law, he's allowing for a gray, nebulous definition of what a looter is. And he specifically defines a looter as someone who is actively involved in a, quote, non-peaceful, unquote, protest. So he's not even really using the real serious legal definition of a looter. He's not using the definition that describes someone who is stealing something from someone else. He is not describing the definition that involves invading or, being in somebody's property and taking shit. He is literally talking about non-peaceful protesters. And furthermore, he said that it is now illegal for protest, even if they are peaceful, to impede traffic in Florida, which makes it then, and then he has then made it legal for people who are impeded by these protests to drive through the protest.
If they accidentally hit someone, then they can't be charged. This motherfucker gotta go.
Here.
Florida, I'm about tired of y'all. Rick Ross, do something. Rick Ross, Trick Daddy, Plies, J-Lo, somebody, Tua, him. One of y'all motherfuckers better do something.
We gotta get that nigga's name right.
I did. It's Tua, Whatever his name is.
For those of you who don't know what the fuck New is talking about, I can't pronounce this guy's name, but he is now. Who is he a quarterback
He's a rookie quarterback for the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, he's a rookie quarterback. He was the quarterback for the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Roll Tide.
So yeah,
we gotta have a Roll Tide lamp. Somebody delivered wrongfully to me, but it was my address. It's going to be my sex light. That's what it's going to be. But it's like one of those lamps. It's dimly lit, but it's red Crimson Tide, or I guess it's Crimson Tide. It's my fucking light. That's what it's going to be. Ashanti, when you get here, girl, woo. But I think I'm an Alabama fan now because I got a light.
Well, they have these. I don't know if you want to have because Crimson Tide is anyway. So I have one of these little LED lights. You can buy these light bulbs that are tricolored light bulbs.
Oh, that shit fly. JB got some fly ass lights. I'm about to steal his whole concept with the lights, but that's another story for another day. We'll tell him about the lights real quick. Just give him a brief synopsis of how fly your fucking lights are.
Okay, so Philips Hue lights are like the greatest lights.
Don't tell them where to get them, because then they're going to have them, and we're not going to be special.
I ain't say where to get them.
Okay, cool.
These lights are connected to your home Wi-Fi network, and you can control them by app. You can control them by app. You can control them by Alexa. You basically have voice activated lights on command that you can control by your phone. They are multicolored lights, so they can go through like different lighting variations. They if you connect them through your phone, they are also sound sensitive. So if you're playing a movie, you're watching a movie in your house, you can create mood lighting in your house that actually reacts to what's going on the screen, right?
Or in the bed.
Yeah, oh yeah. So when she goes, the lights can wham, red. And she go, they go wham, yellow. That shit is crazy. And the orgasm moment, bing. You had a motherfucker shooting off like fireworks. Oh my God, it's so much fun.
Y'all not ready for that. Y'all not ready for that.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It makes for great video footage too. Anyway.
iCloud popping.
We should have said that shit for Patreon.
Maybe
I'll tell a story.
Yeah, details on Patreon. Make sure you follow our Patreon.
There you go.
The Kickers tier is $2. The Backers tier is $4. The Kick Back tier is $7.
No doubt.
If you're a kicker, you get discounted merch. If you're a backer, you get discounted merch and bonus episodes. If you're a kickbacker, you get discounted merch, bonus episodes, behind the scenes footage, as well as a gift every 6 months that you keep your membership. Whether it's a mug, a mask, or vibrating panties. Like, don't ask no questions. Just I said what I said. Moving on. Our Nipsey Hussle Award, JB. Our Nipsey Hussle Award, we have two recipients. One is Jamal Shine Burrow, former Bad Boy rapper, who did a long jail bid for a shootout in a Manhattan nightclub with J-Lo and Diddy, protecting J-Lo and Diddy. Was released from jail, and we thought was a bad thing, was extradited. Is that the right word?
No, he was deported. He was deported to Belize,
his home nation. And now he's part of their House of Representatives. He won the election.
Shout out to him, man.
And he is working for change in his community. God damn it, I love when rap niggas do good shit.
Yeah, rap niggas in government is something I've been waiting for a long time. Like I'm waiting for Ice Cube to become the governor of California. I'm waiting for Diddy or 50 or somebody to become the governor of New York. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm waiting for Jay-Z to run for president. I'm not kidding at all. Like
Jay-Z or Will Smith?
Both.
Okay.
Because I mean they're around the same age, but they're both young enough that they could both make it happen. And I'm fucking serious. Like I'm not playing at all.
If Trump can be president,
if Arnold Schwarzenegger can be the governor of California, if Ronald Reagan, who was an actor, can be president, then our hip hop magnates can become political figures. I'm
That's
I'm
right.
serious as a
All
motherfucking heart
our
attack.
hip hop magnates.
Now, do you know what the word magnate means?
No, JB, that's a Gangsta Geek second word of the week. The magnates. What the fuck is a magnate, JB?
A magnate is a great individual in a particular industry or a particular field or a particular genre. So Napoleon is considered a magnate of military history. Alexander the Great is considered a magnate of military history.
So I'm a magnate of orgasms. What was the other word?
Venerated. They're both
venerate.
magnates.
I magnate, venerate,
well, here we go.
facilitate.
Well, here we go. Magnates are venerated, and that is how they become magnates.
Boom.
So there it is.
You know what I'm saying? Venerate me, baby. I'm a magnate. You venerate, magnate, and then you won't have to masturbate because you know what I'm saying? My flow rusty. I get it back. I get it back. I'm gonna get it back.
Nah, your flow ain't rusty. It's just dusty.
You know what? I don't have a lot of iron because I'm anemic, so it's rust on the nail. See, you gotta think about it. You gotta think about it. All right.
Let's keep it moving.
Our second award goes to the Supreme clothing line based out of New York.
Yes.
I've been seeing their apparel. I've seen it in
Yes.
Saks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one of me and JB favorite stores is Saks Fifth, Saks on Fifth, and I'm just very proud of these brothers. They sold their clothing line to who?
Timberland
For
$2.1
billion. We gotta do the Austin Powers. $2.1 billion. And I'm just very happy for them brothers.
No
man.
doubt, man. No doubt. That's amazing, young. That's
Support
amazing.
black
You gotta
business.
think. You gotta think our brothers out there are becoming billionaires right now, my G. Like that's some shit. Like we really gotta sit back and really just look at. Like we got brothers out there who are making billions of dollars right now.
$billion.
Yeah. We got sisters in the White House. We had a brother in the White
HU, you know.
No doubt. Like the opportunities are there. We just gotta get our shit together and make it happen. That's just what the fuck it is. If they can do it, we can do it. Let's do it.
No bullshit.
Bullshit.
Everybody get up an hour earlier tomorrow.
Stay up an hour later, but don't bullshit with that time. Get some work done.
Hell
if you
yeah.
get up an hour earlier, get your ass out and walk around the complex. Go to the motherfucking gym.
I'm calling you at 6 in the morning
you
tomorrow.
Goddamn better.
I
Yeah.
mean, we're going to talk about this and see if I really did it. I'm going to call you at 6 a.m. tomorrow. We're going to get out there and get
No doubt.
less fat.
We'll shoot a motherfucking video for the Patreon viewers
less
tomorrow.
fat. We're going to be less fat.
That's what we're gonna do. That's what let's promise that. Let's stamp
Boom.
that. We're gonna create our own workout theme on our Patreon site for our Patreon viewers to check out. We'll be talking about topics and shit because we're hosts, right? So we can't help but to run our mouths whenever we get together.
We're gonna run our legs and our mouths.
There it is.
Boom.
There it is. Yeah, we gonna make that shit happen. And all of y'all need to start making that shit happen. Be more productive in your life. Spend more time productively. Do your thing because every amount of time you invest in productivity creates not only physical benefits for you, but financial benefits for you. It's storing up good things for the future. And that's what we all need to be doing right now.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Taking all this sea moss and eating all these vegetables, but all you doing is sitting on your ass all day and it ain't helping the way it's supposed to.
Nah.
Trust me.
Nah.
The workout, the exercise enhances everything else.
Yeah.
And especially, you want to give your lady that extra 4 minutes, man.
Hey, man.
You want to get an extra 4 minutes. I'm telling you, it counts. Some of y'all niggas are 4 minutes away from making your woman have the multiple orgasm out of her life. You're only 4 minutes away. Ladies, some of you are only 3 minutes away from driving your man crazy.
Yeah, I mean, let's keep it a buck
saying.
though. Let's keep it a buck though, right? So you get up every morning and you walk a mile or two every day, whatever. What that'll do is it'll lower your blood pressure by a minimum of 50 points. I know that for a fact. It'll lower your cholesterol. It'll improve your circulation, and also.
I mean, your dick get harder, fellas. I'm just telling you some good shit.
That's real though. That's real as
good
fuck.
Shit, fellas.
That's real as fuck.
Especially if you our age, mid-40s.
Yeah.
Well, JB 74, but 40
I'm
to 74.
I'm 74, but I've been working out all my motherfucking life.
This nigga used to run marathons.
I'm not kidding. He's not kidding. I've run 3 of them. And being able to jump out and run 5 miles if you need to is a skill that you need to have. You're not supposed to need to like eat a full meal and prep for 3 days to run 5 miles. There was a time in human history when running 5 miles was a part of what you needed to do during the day just to survive and live. Like running 5 miles shouldn't be this incredible activity. Like I used to laugh, like running 5 miles is a race. When did that become a motherfucking race? Like we used to do that shit all the time. In human history, our range, like they talk about hunting, gathering ranges. Our ranges used to be up between 30 and 50 miles, which means that within a single day,
no car.
Yeah, you might need to travel like within a 30-mile radius in a day. We can't do that no more. And guess what? We're in the middle of an apocalypse. You might want to get on that shit. Like, I'm not bullshitting at all. Like, if the shit hits the fan and your power goes out and your car ain't got no gas, you need to be able to strap up a backpack and walk to your homie's house so you can get what you need. You know what I'm saying?
Most of y'all don't live as close as me and JB do. That's my brother. We always in the vicinity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But some of y'all don't have that. So yeah, absolutely right. And we're not preaching to y'all. We're just giving you some game. We old niggas just trying to give y'all some game.
Absolutely
That's
true.
it, that's all.
Absolutely true. Most of y'all should know this, but we want to talk about it so we all making sure that we're living it.
And you're
That's
not
just what it
wrong
is.
or in the negative for not knowing. It's okay.
Yep.
You
Yep.
didn't. It's okay.
Well, you're
Guess
not
what?
wrong,
Guess what?
or you're not in the negative for not doing it yet either, because
Right.
most of us aren't real niggas.
But guess
shit.
what?
Like,
You can start now.
start today.
Nothing
start
wrong,
tomorrow.
nothing bad. This ain't a beat up session. This ain't you so wrong.
Yep.
This is just let's start doing better tomorrow.
Yeah, we used to
That's
talk
it.
about our show being like drive time material for the morning. I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna make that jog time material for the morning.
Jog to my ladies. Jog to my voice, ladies. Ladies, I want you to get out there and run. I want your ass and titties to jiggle.
I don't know, New. It looks like you got a bad signal here.
Oh,
I don't know.
I got bad signal?
I don't know what happened.
You couldn't hear me? But anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
Get y'all fat asses in shape.
No
And
doubt.
I'm talking to me and JB, but
Yeah.
y'all too.
Yeah, no doubt.
Our Netflix and chill. Now this is gonna be crazy because we got a lot of shit here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
no
throw
doubt.
all the shit that we ain't watched,
Mhm,
but that we're going to watch.
No doubt.
That we were told about.
Mhm.
I'm literally looking at my phone, y'all.
Mhm.
So we got The Undoing. I think
Mhm.
that's on Netflix. That's supposed to be really good.
Yep.
No idea what it's about, but somebody told me to watch it. So watch that. Sanctuary, I heard that was really, really, really good. One season. Watch that shit. I heard it was great. Jingle Jangle, we watched the preview for.
The trailer for.
The trailer for. My sister Nikki told me to watch that shit. And we watched the trailer together in preparation for the show. And it's a Christmas movie. It's got Christmas magic and all of those elements that we love. And it's an all-black cast. Forrest Whitaker's in it. Felicia Rashad is in it. I think I saw Tupac. Somebody was in it. But it looks really great, JB.
Tupac? God damn.
I think it was Tupac. It was either Tupac or Adam
Smalls.
Silver. It was one of them. One of them niggas. But it looks like a really good family movie. I posted about it on Facebook, and everybody came, oh, my God, that's so great. Me and my kids watched it. Or me and we watched it. So I think that everybody should watch it. I'm going to watch it. I'm probably going to crash JB house when the kids come over.
Yep.
And we're going to watch it together
Yep.
with his kids, my god kids.
That'll
I
be
think
a
that
lot
is
of
the
fun.
plan.
Yeah, that is absolutely 100% the plan. I'm not watching that movie without my children. Absolutely.
And what else? I just skipped past everything.
Well,
on
no,
my
Netflix
phone.
and chill. We were still on Netflix and chill. You
Yeah.
covered the shows that we didn't watch. So
yeah,
why don't we
so-
talk about some of the
boom,
shows that we
boom.
actually have
All right, JB,
been watching?
break. No spoilers, but our crew been telling us to watch the fucking Mandalorian.
Yes.
and you binged it this weekend.
Yes.
Talk to me.
Yo, The Mandalorian is the motherfucking shit. It is basically a modernization of Star Wars the right way. It's in a TV series form. Let me start with this. Jon Favreau, I know a lot of you don't know who Jon Favreau is, but Jon Favreau is basically the man behind the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He was the director of the first and second Iron Man movies. He directed a couple of other Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, and he brought that Marvel feel to fantasy and science fiction to Star Wars. Because one of the things that we loved about the Marvel movies is how them motherfuckers talked like real people talk. Despite all of this supernatural shit going on, they talk like regular motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? He brought that to the Star Wars universe, which is dope. Like, the dialogue is excellent. The episodes are actually relatively short. They're only 30 minutes, so you can rip through them pretty quickly. It's not overly dense, because Star Wars tends to get a little long and slow. These are quick, so you can get through them quickly. It's fast-paced action. It is set in a time after the empire has been toppled by the rebellion. And so it's going through that whole thing that happens after a major government is toppled and how the people kind of deal with that. But it's told through the story of the Mandalorians. Now, Boba Fett was a Mandalorian. If you know anything about Star Wars, you know who Boba Fett was, right? Boba Fett was a Mandalorian. So this guy, he's walking around looking like Boba Fett. And so you get a deeper dive into what the Mandalorians are and where they come from. They have a deep history inside of Star Wars lore. I'm not going to give you too much, but there are some feelers and some tasters in there that link it to older Star Wars history that you'll also really enjoy. It'll make you want to become more of a Star Wars geek, actually, watching the show.
Okay. And that's interesting because, of course, I watched the first 3 Star Wars that came out,
right?
Which was really episode 4, 5, and 6.
Right.
As a kid, I loved them, watched them repeatedly. When they brought Star Wars back and did episodes 1, 2, and 3, I didn't jump on that quickly. It wasn't until Mel made us go see whatever one of the movies, whatever it was, that I went back and watched what is technically 1, 2, and 3, and then got totally caught up on everything Star Wars. And now I've seen everything except the movie. I should have seen the Han Solo movie, which is my favorite character. I should have seen that.
Didn't miss much.
Like, I didn't. That's not good.
It's one of the worst. It's arguably the worst Star Wars movie of all of them.
Oh, that's disappointing.
It was. Yeah, I'm gonna keep.
What's the one we watched when Luke? They made the girl was the Jedi.
Oh yeah, those are the Force. That's the third trilogy. That's the Force Awakens, the Last Jedi, and I forgot what the third one was called.
I think I saw all of those, but I didn't see the Han Solo one, and I haven't seen Mandalorian.
Have you seen? You saw Rogue One, the one that talked about like as the Death Star was being built and all of that shit.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think that I've watched everything but the Han Solo joint and Mandalorian.
Yeah, and so you can probably skip Solo because it ain't really gonna tell you much. Like, well, actually, it does have Amelia Clark in it. It does have Dragon Bay in it, and she bad as shit in that joint.
Oh,
she's sexy as shit. She is sexy but she always sexy as fuck. But she is. She don't take her clothes off, but she's sexy as fuck.
I'm gonna get my lotion and watch that joint. All right, so you sold me on that one. You sold me. I'm gonna make sure I get my lotion and go ahead and watch that joint. But so yeah, Mandalorian. I'm going to definitely check that out. I'm also going to what did I watch? Oh, so I've been I'm on Audible now doing all these books. And while I'm riding around listening to books instead of music, a lot of times I'm on my gangster geek shit.
No doubt, no doubt.
So I've been listening to old books like that I used to love growing up. Oh, and I know this is gonna sound crazy, but I grew up loving blaxploitation movies like The Mac, Hell Up in Harlem, and
made me watch all of motherfuckers.
Hell yeah. I also grew up reading.
I first watched Dolomite with this nigga.
Boom. signified monkey stepped on the lion's feet. The lion said, "Nigga, can't you see?" I ain't going there. But I also love reading blaxploitation books, as I call them. Donald Goines, Robert Beck, Iceberg Slim. And so I was rereading through Audible Iceberg Slim's book, Pimp. Mm-hmm. Now, this is funny because there's a guy acting it out. So you're like, you jive time turkey, you double cross me.
Oh yeah,
I'm going to get you, sucker. I'm gonna cut your tongue out and mail
How
it
was
to your
the
mama.
narrator? Was he any good?
I mean, on Iceberg Slim John Pimp, he was pretty good. On Donald Goines' book, Horse Son was one of my favorites. Shout out to Mama. Mama told me about Horse Son. Got me reading them damn books. He was decent. But it's funny when you hear them talking in 70s slang. Look here, wait a cotton picking minute, you jive time turkey. He like slim. But they're pimps, so they talk to women like pimps talk to women. So like, bitch, do you know your funky pussy having ass dirty down dog bitch? I'll fucking hit you with a chair, bitch. And you listening to it like, Slim, if you tried to put this book out now after the Me Too movement, that would be the end of your life.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the end of your career. It'd be the end of your life. The motherfuckers would come for you.
But the books, they're well written. They're amazing stories. And it is vile. It is disgusting. It's all of that. But it's still great literature. There's black literature.
I think there's something important in understanding like where we came from as opposed to where we are right now. Yeah. Like I've actually done that with a lot of racist material that was put out in the past. It's a part of American history, and before you decry it and before you talk about how horrible it is, you should probably have some exposure to it and understand what you're criticizing.
So how do you feel about Disney wiping out all their little racist cartoons from the Disney app?
Well, I'm okay with that. Part of what they have done, I actually haven't checked it in a while, but before they had disclaimers on everything so that it would say it is socially.
They removed a lot of that shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know nothing about the disclaimers. That might be something I know nothing about it.
What
they took a lot of shit off. They prevented a lot of shit from going on to the app.
Yeah, there was, they had to be really, really sensitive about a lot of that shit. But even in their movies, like their old classic Disney movies, there's a lot of racially and socially insensitive material in there. So they put disclaimers on those. Okay. And a lot of their old, like Merry Melodies, shorts and everything, those are classics. Like they can't get rid of those. But they put disclaimers on them like, look, Walt Disney was a racist mother. Walt Disney was
an old white man.
He was an anti-Semitic like damn near Nazi. Like
damn.
Yeah, Walt Disney was a motherfucker. Like be clear.
Shit.
Be clear. Walt Disney was not a righteous man. Like be clear.
Old school ass MAGA.
Be clear. And that's a part of our history. That's a part of who we are. But some shit like Song of the South, absolutely not. Absolutely not. They're trying to take that shit. They've taken that shit entirely out of circulation. And that Song of the South, in case you didn't know, you've heard of the character Uncle Remus? If you heard that name before, he was the star of Song of the South. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. That nigga, shit is gone. You can't find it anywhere.
Get it out of here.
He can't find it anywhere. Shout out to Disney for that.
Yeah, and I brought up the reading of the blaxploitation books because there's a documentary on Amazon Prime about Iceberg Slim, and it's great. Ice-T did it. He has his wife when he got out of the game, his children, and they have footage of him talking and telling his story. And I've always been fascinated with the pimp culture. I always say I was the worst pimp that ever lived. If there was a scale of 1 to 100, I was -30 in my attempt to pimp. But I think that is more of a good thing than a bad thing.
Yeah, I think you loved and respected women too much.
Exactly.
To really do
exactly. So I was
kind of
trash
like
ass
Dr. Detroit or
pimp.
somebody.
Yeah, exactly. And but I've been obsessed and fascinated with the pimp culture. I do understand the wrong. I like. Let's be clear. I get it. I know why it's wrong. I know why it's disgusting. I know why it's vile. I also know why it existed and still exists. And I am still right or wrong, and I'm open to judgment. I am still infatuated with it. And going through those books, which are free on Amazon, just took me back to my 20s when I was reading and loving it and fascinated with it. And I'm old now, I'm in my 40s, and I'm just like, damn. And in the book, they're like, yeah, man, now I'm 40, I've learned my lessons, and I've changed my ways. And I'm like, me too, young, me too. So I started off as the 25-year-old version of them in the books, and now I'm the 40-something-year-old versions of them, where they learned their lessons and got their life together or tried to, and I met with different obstacles as I am.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just fun going back down memory lane because some of my favorite books are these pimp books. Some of my favorite movies are these blaxploitation movies about pimping. And not to glorify it, please, no, I'm not doing that. But it's just something that I enjoyed. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and again, that's a study in history, and that's a study in who we have been as a people in the past, because we didn't have access to corporate magnates. We didn't have access to
they ain't venerate nothing but pimps.
Yeah, that's
I
real.
used it right.
Yeah, you did.
See?
You did.
Righteous Ratchet word of the week.
That's I'm with it. But that's what it was. And that's why that material is important, because that existed. That is a part of who we were, and it is a part of who we are now. And again, be clear. Be clear, Me Too movement. Be clear, feminists. Like, you can't just start spouting shit about what men have done and how horrible we are without really understanding it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't stand up and tell you that white people have been the most racist, horrible, murderous group of human beings in the history of mankind without having studied their actions and their history. You see what I'm saying, y'all? So you gotta go back and you gotta understand what happened. I'm not saying you need to get into it and love it and enjoy it and try and emulate these motherfuckers. Most of the time when you're listening to this material, you're gonna be like, that was really, really fucked up right there. And that was really, really fucked up right there too. Now that was kind of funny, but that shit was bad. That's what's gonna happen.
Yep.
But that's why that shit is important. Again, I am not promoting that lifestyle. I'm not doing any of that. I'm talking about where it exists in the history of us as a people.
Absolutely. And I have always been torn. Like, that's why it's righteous ratchet, because I've always been protect black women, but then I love pimp shit, and it's like, what the fuck, nigga? But I am not a monolith as a person. You know what I'm saying? There's a dichotomy that exists within me. Where I shake out at is, I'm going to lean towards protect black women more than I lean towards fucking pimp movies. Period. End of discussion. Love you, sisters, and I'm riding. I just happen to like these movies, and some of y'all do too. So I don't feel no way. No, I feel no ways about it. But I do want to add, fuck. Oh, because I was riding in my car when I listening to one of these books when I saw. I want to bring this up, JB. We talked about it earlier. When I saw a house with an American flag, and so I'm in my pro-black militant pimp mode. I'm driving, and I look, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And I realized when I see a house that has an American flag in front of it, I immediately think you hate black people. How did that happen? When I hear a white person say they love America or they love the Constitution, like racist Rick that I tell you guys about, I immediately translate that to I hate black people. What the fuck? Like, that is my experience. That is my trauma. If I see an American flag in front of your house, I go, I need to get out of this neighborhood. I'm in the wrong neighborhood. I'm in Georgia. This the wrong. Not a Confederate flag. I'm in Georgia, but when I see the Confederate flag, I don't see them much. When I see an American flag, I go, oh,
it's
shit.
almost like a Dixie flag.
I'm on the wrong side of town.
It's
the American
like
flag has now become
a Dixie flag.
A Dixie flag. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I hate Trump. Well, I don't hate him, but that's why I don't fuck with him.
Nah, I hate him. I hate that motherfucker. I'm okay with saying it. I absolutely hate him. He has zero redeeming qualities whatsoever. He's turned the country against itself for his own personal gain, which is horrible, and he's continuing to do so. Fuck him. Fuck Donald Trump.
Fuck Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck Donald Trump.
Yeah, it's bad. Fuck that dude. He's a monster. It's over.
Get your bitch ass out of the White House too.
There you go.
Our book club was See the God, Shook Ones. We dove into it a little bit last week. I want to give you guys the opportunity to grab the fucking book. We're gonna finish the book.
Yep.
Next week and week after.
Yep.
We're gonna go through the whole book.
Deep dive.
Now you gotta catch up. So it's See the God, Shook Ones. It's about anxiety and dealing with mental health issues and depression. I suffer from anxiety. I suffer from depression. What about you?
I suffer from a little bit of anxiety, but mine doesn't reach kind of that clinical level. So the portions of the book that I have read thus far actually speak to me on a different level, because I'm able to identify, based on some of the things that See the God says in his book, some of those places where I have been overly anxious, overly afraid, overly trepidatious about moving forward with some of the things that I need to do, some of the ways that I need to move forward.
Yeah.
And so reading this book and hearing him tell the specific stories about him growing up, or his relationship with his wife and what happened with his wife, and how, those things affected his whole mental state of being and his actions moving forward. That is what touched me. I'm not one of those who deals with panic attacks or anxiety attacks or anything like that. But one of the things that I'm getting from the book, New, is how his fear has affected his actions and his ability to move forward in his own life, how those hindrances have affected him. And so that teaches me how to detect those things in my own movements. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times you're moving scared and you don't even know you're moving scared, because you're deciding not to move and you've rationalized it in your head as a reasonable reason why not to step forward and do what you need to do, when really at the end of the day, the fact is that you're afraid, you're anxious about it, you're scared of moving forward. You know what I'm saying? So reading and hearing his specific stories taught me, okay, this is what's going on when I decide not to do that. I'm being scared.
Yeah.
Why am I doing that? What am I afraid of? You know what I'm saying? That's how it's helping me, Noob.
Yeah, and the way it touched me is just dealing with literally the anxiety.
Yeah.
I will feel uncomfortable. And I think that me and you discussed this many a time.
Mm-hmm.
The emotion that I'm probably the most comfortable with is anger. So when something happens and it actually hurts my feelings, instead of going to sadness because I'm just nigga, I'm street now real nigga, because I'm all that bullshit, I instead of dealing with the sadness of, oh, that hurt my feelings, the most manly emotion I can go to is anger. So when someone does something to me and I go, oh, that kind of hurt a little bit, instead of being and I'm going to be hard on myself, instead of being a man about it and go, wow, that hurt my feelings, I just go, fuck you, nigga, and then I do this whole bravado thing when really I should just say that hurt my feelings. And it would be a much more productive conversation. Everything would go a lot smoother, but my anxiety makes me go, don't be weak, show strength. And then instead of saying, hey, oh, that hurt, bro. Like, why'd you, that hurt me.
Yeah.
I go, fuck you, nigga. Ah! And what it showed me is like, it's okay to be like, oh, That hurt. Why'd you say that? That makes me feel bad. Instead of putting on this bravado and cussing everybody out and going crazy, I can be honest and say that hurt. Like that hurt my feelings.
Well, I'm glad you said that because, 99.9% of the people walking the earth are not monsters, right? So if you tell them that you hurt them, you tell them that they hurt your feelings, they're going to stop and take account of that, and they're going to be like, hold up, it was not my intention to hurt this individual, so let me deal with that now, because that's what I'm dealing with. But when you respond with anger, what you're going to get back is anger, so it's only going to escalate the situation even farther, when it could have been prevented with just, hey man, I ain't like that, like that wasn't cool, like that hurt my feelings, like, and then a nigga will be like, my bad, like, let's talk about something else. I did not mean to hurt your feelings. But if you fuck you nigga, what's that motherfucker gonna do? Well, fuck you
too, nigga.
Exactly. Nigga, fuck you. Like that's what happens. Anger leads to anger, aggression leads to aggression. Period.
I don't know if they listening to us right now or not. But like dead ass, we should get to a place, if we're not there now, where we can have those real conversations. Like, come on, y'all. It's 2020. We done spent a lot of time by ourselves, and a lot of times just with the people we trust, because it is epidemic, pandemic, apocalypse. Let's get some good shit out of it. Let's learn some shit.
No doubt.
Let's move in a better direction.
Learn, develop, grow, and produce and proceed.
Yeah, and before we get out of here, cause I think we gave him a hell of a show today, JB.
I
think we gave him a hell of a show.
Yeah.
Before we go,
there's something to this whole sobriety thing.
Yeah, it works. It works.
Something to we might have to try this again.
Music.
Yes. Break
Summer
it down.
Walker
dude.
made a statement where she said, she thinks R&B has been better than rap the last 5 years.
Yeah.
I would venture to say it's been the last 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
And evidence of that is we have a music playlist on Apple Music. We had
created
it on
by a rapper.
We had it on all the sites, but the site that you guys were really listening, because I'm not paying to have Tidal and Spotify and every goddamn thing else if you're only listening on Apple.
Mm-hmm.
So we kept Apple.
Right.
And that's where our largest subscribers are. And that playlist is like 60-65% R&B.
Yeah, that's real.
Meaning the rest of us rap. But the bulk of it is R&B. That's what I've been listening to. That's what I've been vibing out to. Like, we had a couple good rap albums that dropped this year, this month, excuse me. So it's, it's maybe 60, 40, 55, 45 today.
Right.
Because we had 2 Chainz drop.
Yep.
We had Future and Lil Uzi Vert drop. Goody Mob drop. Black Youngster drop. King Von, rest in peace, dropped. So there's a lot of rap on here now. But, we got, it's definitely, T.I., of course, Ty Dolla $ign with Tyrone. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis did a song with Babyface.
Talk about that one.
All my 70s, 80s babies that know about Babyface and Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Shout out L.A. Reid. Yeah, I know that this is the collaboration we've all been waiting for.
Absolutely.
And it's out right now.
That first song is funky, too.
Yeah.
That first song is really, really nice.
Man, Masego and Don Toliver. Queen Aisha. Even Saweetie was singing on her song with Janae Aiko. She's a rapper, but she was singing like shit. They have an R&B album out. Her. You know what's funny? Now the artists and stuff, like it's a group called They. And it's a female singer called Her. That's some weird shit. When I said it together just now. When I said it together just now, I was like, wait a minute.
The pronoun
Usher,
artist.
Bad Habits. I know my favorite song right now is Bad Habits. Because I love love. I admit I'm bad at it. I just can't escape these bad habits. Hey, hold up, ladies. Let me talk to ladies. Ladies, I love love. I admit I'm bad at it. I just can't escape all these bad habits. Every time I think I found one, I turn around and then another one comes. God. I'm sorry, Ashanti. But anyway, back to the music. Our nephew Sean Cromartie back in D.C. R&B. Tony Braxton R&B.
Yeah.
Lil Baby rap. 21 Savage rap. Moneybag Yo Gucci. Xavier Omar R&B. Dez Loaf combination. Multi-dollar sign. Like Party Next Door. It is some good music. You should download our playlist if you have Apple Music. It's a pod named Kickback.
Same way everything else is.
I would definitely download that. And R&B is leading the way. I'm as a rapper, I listen to more R&B than rap.
Who was you telling me before that co-sign what she said? Was it
Oh, Joe Budden
and
West Side Gun from Griselda.
West Side Guns, yeah.
Yeah, you know West Side Gun. West Side Gun.
Yeah,
Like, I listen to more R&B. Like, right now I got Anita Baker on. Like fuck, nigga. You shot 2 niggas today and then put on Anita Baker? What the fuck? What's going on here?
Right.
I'll be looking at fantasy football, JB.
Hey man, fantasy
let me
football
see.
is crazy for me right now. You know, we're in a couple of leagues together. We're in our homeboy F. Shout out to Gelman, his league. I'm actually ahead. No, I'm losing in that league because my players did not show up today. Jay Cook, the tight end.
New Orleans. I got him in the league too.
Yeah, he laid a big old fat egg for me today, and that fucked a lot of shit up for me. And then I had a couple of other players in that lineup really just not show up for me today. However, in our kickback league, I'm actually scheduled to win by a fair bit. In that league, I have Aaron Rod. No. I have Drew Brees, and then a couple of top receivers that did well. But down the line, that's what always happens. Like, my top players are relatively consistent. It's those down line players that really need to come through and show up for me to really do something. And in a lot of cases, they didn't. And that just fucked me up in the Clay League, but in the other junk, I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
The same thing. Clay League, I could eke out a victory.
Right.
We'll see.
Right.
In our league, I'm kicking Mel's ass.
Shout out to Mel. These things happen.
Even though I got 2 niggas that gave me 0 points. Damn. And I'm still projected to kick her. Well, I've kicked her ass. She's done.
Yeah.
And I'm already beating her by 30-some points.
Yeah.
And I still got niggas playing.
So
even though I got 2 niggas that gave me 0 points, that's what tell you, JB. Like, we talk about the draft all the time. Our league, I was paying attention except for 1 text, and I missed 1 pick. In the other 2 leagues, I was doing either our podcast or Cocktails with Carly, her podcast. So I missed the bulk of those because I was talking and shit. But in the league that I paid attention, I'll be 8-2 leading the way here. And then the rest, like, as you get past the first 2 people, me and DJ SR, everybody else is bunched together.
Yeah.
So that could be whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Real. Like, at a 500 record, JB, you might be in 3rd place tomorrow. Tuesday. So that's a rat race.
Yeah, it's been really, really tight. I mean, the league has just been crazy, like up and down. Like, the traditional performers just have not been there consistently for people. Although Aaron Rodgers has actually had a hell of a season for me, and he had a hell of a day for me today too.
He's one of them guys. If he were doing mid-season awards, he would be one of my contenders
for MVP right now.
Yeah.
He's having a hell of a year.
So before we get out of here, JB, anything you want the people to know? Anything you want to leave them with? Any
simply put, man, be prepared. Don't go crazy at the grocery store right now and spend all your rent money.
Need somebody toilet tissue, y'all.
Yeah, like don't spend all your rent money on groceries or on toilet paper or wipes
or
and
strippers.
Shit. Yeah, well, there's that too. And that's the other thing. All of us are suffering from COVID fatigue right now. All of us are sick of putting on masks every time we go somewhere. We're sick of staying 6 feet away from motherfuckers when we're talking to them. But here's where you need to impose your will on yourself, because COVID is rising in America right now. So all of those restrictions that you put in place for yourself back in March and April, you need to do your absolute best to adhere to that behavior.
We're going back to that, y'all.
Stay safe, y'all. Stay safe and stay healthy. We love you. Good night and God bless, man. That's all I got, New.
Take your vitamins, your minerals, get your cleaning supplies. Continue to wipe things down. Have your COVID pod, as JB coined the term. Your people you trust to be around. You'll need them. When we were not seeing each other, not seeing anybody, it was rough. I hadn't seen another human. It felt like in like 7 weeks.
Right.
And it was I was losing my fucking mind. So find the people you trust that you can be around. And ladies, if you can't find that right person and you're scared and you don't know what to do, you can go to Amazon, get that toy, send me the web thing, and I will, masturbate you through my phone from Atlanta. You call me, ladies. This is my sacrifice I'm willing to do for you. You let me know, and I will. I'll be like this, and you'll be coming like shit. Like, yeah, hee-haw. I got you, ladies.
This nigga.
Uno, we out. It's a pod named Kickback.